Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Who are these people?
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Don't be rude.
Who are these people?
All right, welcome to another episode of what show is this? Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm Angel Rivera.
I mean,
Alongside Mrs.Witchy
we
Perfect.
do so many of these damn things, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, this is definitely Pro Wrestling Talk. I really forgot what show this is, but that's fine. So we know what show it is now. So let's see. Today we're going to talk about Roman Reigns choosing CM Punk and making that match official for WrestleMania in April.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be one of the big main events coming up. And right now, I'm assuming that it's going to end up being Cody Rhodes against Drew McIntyre, the main event, with Jacob Fatu kind of being a wild card. I don't know whether they're going to stick him in and make it a triple threat, or he's going to interfere somehow in the match and do something. So I don't know. So as of now, it'll probably be Cody against Drew McIntyre, but that could change. So yeah, so we're going to discuss that. Let's see. We're going to discuss other things too, I'm sure. And then in the second hour, we're going to do clips with Alex Knight. He'll be on at 9, so look forward to that. He'll be on at 9, so look forward to that as well on the other platforms. And so if that's it, let's get started because we only have an hour. So Roman Reigns on Raw came out. He cut a promo rather quickly. I mean, he didn't. There wasn't much playing games. It was just he came out on Raw. Punk came out. They had their promo fight. That was great. Eventually, just said, you know what? I'm going to choose you. Not necessarily even for the world titles because I hate you. Essentially, it's like, oh wow. I mean, nobody. It's very rarely when we see two guys these days talk about how much they hate each other. So,
Right.
it was like, especially these days, it's like, oh my god, that was great. So, that just like that in one promo, they kind of managed to wrangle me back in for Mania because I didn't have really any major interest in Mania this year. It was like, ugh. So it ended up being Cody against Roman again. Okay, well, luckily that didn't happen, but we already seen that match 2 years in a row, so it was like, oh, actually no, 2 out of the last 3 years, but yeah, I mean, it was like, oh wow, it turns out no, they really, because we talked about it, I think after Roman won the Royal Rumble last week, it was like,
Yeah.
you have to go with, you have to do Punk and Roman now. I mean, I don't know when you're gonna do it if not this year.
Yeah,
But
because
I thought,
he's going off to Hollywood, and I mean, there
yeah.
hasn't really been a CM Punk Roman Reigns feud before, so this is a good time. WWE is going to get hot again because of this exact feud, and this is exactly what we predicted. We wanted to happen, and then now it's come true. So, if you want to put butts in seats, we were saying this last week. If you want to put butts in seats for WrestleMania in Vegas, this has to happen.
Yeah. And it did. I mean, it looks like they finally, put it in the correct direction. And I was like, oh, okay. Now they got me hooked for Mania this year. So the rest of the card, I mean, we'll see what it turns out to be, but it doesn't really matter as long as that match is going to deliver. So it's gonna be tough to sit through 2 nights of mediocre
The other junk, yeah.
wrestling. Yeah, most likely it ends up happening. Because WrestleMania is overexposed and they what's what I'm looking for. It's overexposed and it's not enough talent to justify 2 nights, but
Right.
but they're gonna do it because it draws them. All right, so Legion Stadium fills around 100,000 for both nights. It's 200,000. The gate's probably gonna be in the tens of millions of dollars. They could brag about that. They get to brag about how the rating for Mania they can do it every year. So it's like that's the reason why they do it. I mean, it doesn't really matter whether the matches are going to be great or not. What's really drawing people to the arena is Oh, it's WrestleMania. It's like the Super Bowl. Like summing up this on the tomorrow night. Doesn't matter who plays. It's a Super Bowl. We got to go out and see the Super Bowl at least once in our lives, you know. So that's when you pay the exorbitant amount of money to go see the Super Bowl.
Right.
Not me, but a lot of people feel that way. They have to go out there for WrestleMania at least once. So it's really WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl of pro wrestling. It's like it's 2 nights now. It used to be one night, but this definitely still applies. So
Well, and here we have on SmackDown. So, well, on Raw. So you had Liv Morgan, literally, eliminating Rochelle, as Jim Cornette calls her now, Rodriguez. And I guess she was trying to justify it. I didn't really see it. I just kind of brought it up in passing. We see Tiffy Stratton qualify for the Elimination Chamber. I see that here. Jacob
Yeah.
Fatu unleashes a second attack on Drew McIntyre. Interesting. Okay, so we got some good things going here. Jade Cargill confronts Liv Morgan and Rochelle. Who do we? Well, honestly, I don't see why Liv would go for Jade Cargill when she should really be going after Steph.
Well, yeah, I mean they're kind of drawing out her decision because even though I thought they would do that with Roman, he would go back and forth between Raw and SmackDown for a couple weeks and then make the decision. But no, they didn't want to play. They're not going to play around. So it's like no, this is our main event. This is what we're going to build towards. That's it, you know. So but Liv Morgan is different. They're going to draw this out, but most likely she ends up choosing Stephanie McCoy. I mean, I don't see her ever even considering wrestling Jade Cargill for the title. So especially her size and Jade's size. So that makes no sense. That I wouldn't book that match.
And I'm confused. Are Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, are they the Raw Tag Team Women Champion, or are they the SmackDown Women Champions?
They're the women's tag team champions. I don't think there's not two women's tag titles in one. So they work back and forth, I guess, as long as they're tag champs. But oh god, imagine having two women's tag titles. They barely can book one. I mean, no, just leave it like that.
I know. Well, I guess then that is where they got the tag champs from. They got it from Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I haven't seen anything about that. You know, where isn't there supposed to be heat between those people because she accidentally eliminated her.
They haven't really. I didn't really. I saw SmackDown, but I didn't see all of it. I was like, okay. So I didn't know. I don't know whether they built on that or not. I don't think they did. I mean, I didn't think they really followed up on that this week. I know there's a few months before Mania, but still, I mean, they should probably be following up on that. Like I did with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, where they followed up on
Now
that.
I got you saying Rochelle.
Yeah, why'd you eliminate me? And it's like, and Liv, of course, gave you're so unselfish that I knew you'd be happy for me even when I won, and like yeah, here we go. Eventually they're gonna turn Raquel babyface at some point, and they're gonna probably have a match for after Mania, and they have a feud. So,
do you think she'll go back to or try to become friends with Rhea Ripley again?
I don't know. I mean, I don't.
Or are they going to keep doing this pseudo lesbian angle with her and Sky?
I don't know, because at this point, I would want to just end that, but it seems like they're committed to that angle. I don't know where it's going to lead to ultimately, but
I could see if Liv picks Stephanie Valcour, sorry. If she picks her, I could see maybe Rochelle. Now I'm saying it. Raquel coming out, maybe interfering, even if she went after Jade Cargill, which it looks more likely because she hasn't even attempted to talk to Steph, has she? On Raw or SmackDown?
As far as I know,
she just talked to Jade Cargill.
She had not a fight, but she attacked Stephanie from behind after she beat Raquel for the title. So I guess that feud is over, and now they're going to focus on Mania. But Liv attacked her from behind and held up the belt. So I guess, but they're drawing out the decision for whatever reason. It's I think pretty obvious that Liv is going to choose Stephanie and continue that feud her Raquel had with Stephanie in the Judgment Day. So
If they
and I
don't
don't.
break up the Judgment Day, but they need to. Enough is enough with the Judgment Day. Let's get this over and done with.
Yeah, it's not. It's and they first started this group in 2022 when Edge was the leader. Edge turned heel and he was the leader of Judgment Day, and that's how long this group has been around together. 4 years. I mean, they've been around longer than the Bloodline was ultimately around. So, and the Bloodline was way more over than the Judgment Day is right now. So.
Well, now I'm seeing in the highlights, Trick Williams steps up to Drew McIntyre. Now they're going to give Trick Williams before Obey Femi. Come on, Trick Williams is just a one-trick pony.
They're not gonna beat Obafemi. They have to beat if Trick Williams gets the match, he's gonna lose. So the McIntyre. So they're not gonna beat Obafemi right now. So
well, no, I didn't. I mean, like, I just mean, like, why does Trick Williams get a title shot when who was that? I don't want that.
And
I don't like Trick. Trick Williams didn't show me anything. I'm sorry, he just didn't. Not at the Royal Rumble. Obafemi showed me something. Holy crap!
This Trick Williams is just like he's just charisma. He just uses his charisma to kind of get himself over.
Kind of like Jey Uso. He's just a gimmick.
Yeah. He whoop that trick every time his music plays. So that's really what he is. He's in better shape than Jey Uso, but he's kind of like that type of wrestler. He's in better shape, but ultimately he's going to end up being another, which is over, and WWE's gonna have to use him because he's over. So it's like, but it's kind of like the Jey Uso situation, except I don't see them putting a belt on him anytime soon. So unless it's like Intercontinental or the US or something, but I don't see them putting a world title on him.
I wouldn't even go US at this point because, like I said, Trick Williams seems like a one-trick pony, and I hate to be like, like that, but I really he didn't impress me. He just kept jumping around at the Royal Rumble. I want someone like Obafemi. Obafemi. I'll just say Femi. How about that? I'll just say Femi. He really showed me something. My God, he is built like I would say like a Tony Atlas, maybe even bigger than him. Holy cow. I mean, he is literally built for go.
Yeah.
And usually they're just built for show, like Lex Luger. But I mean, holy crap. And did you see how he was like literally just bam, 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 and doing what he needed to do? And he was he was a beast out there.
He's gonna be a player in WWE. There's no doubt about it. As soon as when I saw him in NXT 2.5 years ago when he first debuted, it's like, yeah, he's money. Just based off the whole gimmick and the persona and how his size, his athleticism. He doesn't do top rope moves. When you see a match of his, I've never seen him go to the top rope, and to me that's like oh, thank God, because everybody nowadays think especially everybody these days think they have to come off the top rope and do flips in order to be a star. And
I agree with Mackenzie. I mean, Trick Williams should be a mid card at best. At best. But again, he didn't show me anything in that Royal Rumble. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, so Obafemi this week basically did squash matches. He killed the War Raiders by himself on Raw. He just beat them up and destroyed them and
they're not like small guys.
No, they're big. That's the whole point, they use basically the War Raiders, who are going down to AAA, by the way. I mean, I've been watching AAA, and they're kind of been promoting them to go down AAA. So they have no plans for them on Raw or SmackDown. So it's like, okay, just go to AAA, and kind of work there for a while until we're ready to bring you guys back. So the last thing they did on Raw was put over Obafemi in not even a squash. It was just a destruction. It wasn't even a match. Like the referee kind of left and let Oba just destroy them and
just destroy them. Hey, have some fun. Go play. Yeah. You go play now.
And then on SmackDown, Obafemi again. He had a match this time. He had a squash match against Kit Wilson, who's like kind of like his gimmick is fighting against toxic masculinity, quote unquote. So that's his gimmick.
Huh?
And yeah, he had a match with Obafemi, and Obafemi, just walking, doing his gimmick is on the way to the ring is like he's going to die tonight. Him and his sick masculinity, just feeling him. It's like
Okay. And now I'm seeing, if I scroll back down a little bit, I saw Gunther assaults Dragon Lee. Now, did we push Gunther back down the card?
I don't know what their plans for Gunther at Mania is because he's not going to be in the title picture. Obviously, I mean the title picture, both shows or both title pictures are way too crowded, so he's not going to be in the title picture. So I don't know what their plans are for him for Mania, because unless he's retiring Brock Lesnar, I don't know what are they going to do with him. Like I don't know. That's the only way. Unless if he's retiring Brock Lesnar, that's one thing. It's like, okay. Or he's retiring Chris Jericho. I mean, one or the other. If Jericho's going to make his return.
We're talking about Chris Jericho again? And people still talking about that? I mean, no offense, he's still on the AEW roster. So I don't really think he's going. I don't think he's WWE bound, even if rumors. I mean, rumors are just that. They're just rumors, right?
Yeah, he has to be retiring somebody at Mania. It's the only thing because he's not going to be in the title picture. The title pictures are way too crowded right now, and they're going to be crowded for the foreseeable future. Because I don't know how you stick him back in the title picture, either Raw or SmackDown. Cody's going to be busy in that title picture.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu. I don't see him winning unless they want. I mean, unless they want like a wow factor. But I don't see him holding the belt for long. Mackenzie, I just don't like that name. They should have just said, just use Hobbs or something. Don't use Royce Keys. Boy, that's a mouthful to say. No, he impressed me. He looks like Obafemi. Yep.
We talked about him a little bit last week during a Royal Rumble review. It's like I would like to see him do more in the Rumble. It's kind of he got lost in the shuffle a bit.
Yeah.
Even though what he did do was impressive, but
he
got lost in the shuffle.
Now that you have someone who can actually book you into, I mean, not oblivion like Tony Khan.
No, that's what Tony can.
I know. Book him right. And he's going to be, I could see him and Obafemi having some great matches, him and Cody, him and Drew McIntyre. And heck, if Jacob Fatu, I think they really elevated him very fast because I think the fans just really got into Jacob Fatu. He is the werewolf, this Samoan werewolf. Sorry, it didn't come out. Okay. So I think we have some great things coming from Royce Keys. That name, I'm sorry. Pick another name. Just call him Hobbs. You don't even have to say Powerhouse Hobbs. You could have just called him Hobbs or his real name. What is it?
I don't know.
I don't even know what his real name is, but
I'm like, really? I mean, what they did, I like what they did. I like what they did though. They when he came out, they put Powerhouse Hobbs and then
on the screen, and I was like, wait, that's Powerhouse Hobbs? And they've been doing nothing with him in AEW, and this is
for years.
FU to AEW. So
he came out. He looked like a bigger star.
A whole bunch of talent. Now that WWE can run with it.
He looked like a bigger star in a few minutes he was in the bowl than he ever did in AEW. I mean,
holy moly!
But the problem is, and
it's
like ACBC. Tony Khan books the exact reverse the way he should. He uses these big guys to get over his little guys, like his Will Ospreays and the Kenny Omegas. He uses those big
they're both hurt.
Guys to put them over.
They're not even wrestling. They're not even on TV because those guys are both hurt.
No. So that's the problem. Another problem we can, we're going to discuss a little bit of AEW with MJF and the other guy.
Yeah, because he can't seem to keep his stupid mouth shut.
Yeah,
I'll be nice. Name? I'll be nice and try not to swear, but he can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, the other guy he wrestled on Dynamite. Brody King, I think his name is. He's some kind of jabroni, but they're trying to push him as the main event. winner. I think his name is Brody King. So we can basically what happened was he had a title eliminator match against the champion MJF. A title eliminator is essentially the number one contenders match. That's their version of number one contenders match. So you pin the champion, you get a title shot. Which makes no sense because why would you want to beat your champion? But I mean, that's
Mackenzie, that is a good food for thought. Have Royce Keys as Cody Rhodes' bodyguard for some time, or somebody's bodyguard. Drew McIntyre, right? Somebody, either Cody or Drew McIntyre, and then they turn on them.
Well, you have to turn. I like that. That's a good one. I actually do like that. But you have to turn. Mackenzie. You would have to turn Cody heel, and I don't see them doing that anytime soon, unless they surprise us at Mania and Cody flips and go
black hair
Cody champion.
Black hair Cody comes back
because in the behind the scenes stuff for Royal Rumble, him and Powerhouse Hobbs and Cody are. They were Powerhouse Hobbs, Cody got him his job at AEW basically when he was an executive there. So he loves Cody. So they can play off that. So
yes, they can make some kind of actual believable storyline, kind of like the Ted DiBiase and Virgil thing. And that's what I'm thinking of there, Mackenzie. I don't know if I bounced that idea off of you, but yes, excellent suggestion because I could definitely see that happening, and it would definitely make WWE hot, just like the Roman Reigns and CM Punk. That's literally going to put butts in seats, and that's what you want. You want these people to come and spend their money, even though who was it? Not Tony Khan, Nick Khan kind of said, to poor people. But I digress. If you want to make WWE hot right now, because it wasn't at the Royal Rumble. I only gave it 2 stars because, other really than struggled. Those kind of moments where we had Obafemi and then we had Royce Keys or Powerhouse Hobbs, whatever you want to call him. I just don't like Royce Keys. Pick another day, please.
I was shocked at how bad that name was when they first came out with it.
But he's a good wrestler, and I hope that
I was shocked by how bad that name was.
But I hope that he grows in NXT, and I can see him just like Obafemi. I can see him on that top tiered wrestler, the main roster, maybe in a year, maybe a year and a half. I think he's got something. He's got the look. He's definitely got the look.
Yeah,
he's got the look. Okay.
I was. Anyways, Brody King is he's a journeyman wrestler, not really a star anywhere. He would bounce from promotion to promotion. He might have been WWE for a cup of coffee. I don't remember. That's how a little memory. Even if it was in WWE, it was a brief cup of coffee he had there. So he gets himself over last year by wearing an Abolish Ice t-shirt on TV, and Tony Khan lets him wear this shirt like an idiot. So he finally that's how he gets himself over by being a political commentator. You want to be a political commentator? Quit the business. Don't go
get your own show like Angel has. Angel in the Afternoon, baby.
Quit the business. Yeah, every Friday at 7. But if you're interested, but
little plug.
Yeah, but instead is a plug. Yeah, instead he's still wrestling, and now a year later he's been a main event title slot. Because he ended up, but the reason why I'm bringing this up, because right before the match, the fans get into it and start chanting "fuck ice," quote unquote, literally, and they keep just chanting it over and over again right before their main event. Hey, great job, idiots! You're burying your own main event. Like, why would you do that? AEW is struggling financially and struggling in the ratings right now, and you want to drive away any audience you can get by saying "fuck ice." Great. The super geniuses there. Even though, to be clear, I personally agree with the sentiment, but ultimately,
we both do.
This is not me defending ice. That's
no.
to make that clear. But this is me pointing out how this is going to cost AEW financially, because this is all Tony had to do: mute the mics, because if they have mics pointed at
turn the fans' mics down. Yeah,
mute the mics. That way they can chant it all they want, but it doesn't come through on television. So because I joked around on Twitter, hey, by the way, great job of costing yourself some advertising, Tony, because
Mhm.
who would a lot of these corporations have deals with the White House, the Trump White House, they're all buddy buddy now, so
Yep.
they're not going to want to advertise on a promotion or a channel that a promotion that allows their fans to say fuck ICE. They're not going to do that.
Well, and
So
how ironic I want to say it is that hello Clay Lewis. What's up, guys? How is happy Saturday? How are you? Sorry. Happy Saturday.
same to you.
I
Make sure you
thought
like
it was
and
very yep, please like and subscribe and share. I liked how MJF said, I don't care who you are, it's not okay to pedophilia is not okay. And I went, how ironic that he has a billionaire for a boss who literally runs around with pedophiles. That's kind of ironic, don't you think? Don't you think?
No.
A little too ironic.
So MJ, so that's bad. What's even worse is the match itself. It was a squash match. So, and I saw the entire clip because it was short. Hangman Page comes out, kind of stares at MJF for some reason, distracts MJF. Brody King hits. I'm not sure if it's a finish or some sort of move, and then he hits another move, and then hits his finish and beats him 1, 2, 3. So Tony Khan beats his champion in 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes, in a title eliminator, and now Brody King's #1 contender for the world title. And now they have a title match down the line where MJF's probably going to retain because you're not going to make Brody King your champion. So let me try to make me
You never
understand,
know.
guys.
You never know with Tony Khan what that guy's
Try to
thinking.
make me understand why would you beat your world champion with Brody King when he's not going to be the champion? And if he does, but let's say if he does become the champion, what? Why? Like the guy's not over. The reason why he became over because he wore a Abolish Ice T-shirt last year. That's
I
why he's
mean,
over.
well, and like I said, it was ironic also how MJF also said, well, we don't censor our fans. I went, are you kidding me? You don't censor your fans.
There's a history
You literally I've seen, I've heard on the Jim Cornette show that they make anyone wearing a Jim Cornette t-shirt turn it inside out or you have to leave.
Yeah.
I've heard that on his own show.
Mm-hmm.
What is the other one? The if you have a sign they don't agree with, they won't show it on TV or they'll make you put it down, or I don't know if they confiscate it, but they definitely make you not show it.
Yeah, they'll make sure either to film around it or make you take it or take it down or something. But yeah, they do censor. I mean, but the thing of it is though, they should probably because a lot of these fans are not that bright. So it's like, for example, the whole fuck ice thing is like just lower the mics. They can chant it all they want to their heart's content until they tire out, but lower their mics. But he didn't do that. He just let it go through. Like no, oh my god.
Well,
you're
we
an
love
idiot.
freedom of speech from our fans. I'm like, yeah, except for when it's speech you don't agree with.
Yeah, he's an idiot. So that's your finish.
He's literally a billionaire son, a son of a billionaire, I guess. And here you have literally the son of a billionaire who runs around with pedophiles. And you have MJF saying, oh, pedophilia is not okay. How ironic. This dude can't keep his mouth shut. X-Day on the pedophiles game. Okay? Because your boss literally runs around with pedophiles. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan was a pedophile.
Again, Shad Khan gave money to Trump's inauguration committee.
That makes Shad Khan. That makes
for his first inauguration. For his first inauguration, not the second one. I think, but the first one.
MJF, shh, quiet.
Shad Khan gave Donald Trump $1 million for inauguration in his first term, not the second one, the first one. So he did give him money. So. And again, everybody wants to pretend Tony Khan is this progressive billionaire or son of a billionaire because he's not a billionaire. His dad that's the billionaire. So he just takes his dad money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he just takes his dad money and pretends to be Vince McMahon. Just fantasizes that he's Vince McMahon when he isn't.
And Vince made it on his own merits. Now, again, Vince had a lot of help, but he paid back his dad. He took the
Yeah.
WWF National. He made it the big conglomerate that it is. Now, I'm not saying he didn't have help. He had, Linda. He had other people, Bruce, Pat Patterson, and everyone else behind the scenes. But I mean, Tony Khan he was just born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And wasn't it Brian Solomon who got a cease and desist letter about broadcasting AEW's ratings? Was that Brian Solomon, I think?
It was somebody. Yeah, Tony.
So it was WrestleNomics.
Brandon Thurston.
Brandon Thurston. That's
Thurston.
it. I'm sorry.
That's who it is.
I meant to say Brian Thurston, but yeah, they sent him a cease. Their ratings are so much in the crapper that they literally sent a cease and desist letter to Brandon Thurston. I keep saying Brian in my head. Brandon Thurston III literally sent him a cease and desist letter because they are that much in the toilet.
Tony Khan also claimed that ratings were he's allowed to keep company secrets, so the ratings were company secrets.
That is public knowledge. It always has been.
But unless the ratings are good, or in his mind good, so then he'll release it. But other than that,
now that right before this happened,
it depends.
I mean, they were just averaging, not the whole thing. It wasn't just segments. It was the whole thing was averaging about 400K.
Mm-hmm.
So that's terrible. That's lower than WCW was before it went out.
WCW ratings were, I think, even towards the end in 2001, they were around 1 million people per week. And that when the company was done by 2001.
Done, yeah, they were.
But they were still around 1 million people every week.
Right,
they still had 1 million people every week.
And they had crappy storylines. I saw some of these from 2001. I'm like, ugh. I think I stopped watching by that time. I was watching WWE at that time. But then we were both in high school. That was, after. I remember the somewhat of the episode after 9/11. Do you remember that? That was it was right after 9/11. Vince comes on and, American Pride and all this stuff. I was like, okay. I didn't see what wrestling had to do with American Pride, but sure, okay.
That WWF SmackDown was the first major public gathering after 9/11. It was that Thursday. Yeah. I believe 9/11 was on a Monday or Tuesday that year, unfortunately, 2001. So. By Thursday was the first major public gathering since the attack. So, and Vince did what Vince does. He cut a promo and not only put himself over, put the country over too. And right after that, baseball came back that weekend. So it was the first major gathering was a WWF show. Oh, so we have some alleged breaking news here from Meltzer's group here. Bad Bunny is reportedly expected back with WWE very soon, very, very soon, sooner rather than later, whatever that means. So Bad Bunny coming back to WWE allegedly. So there's some breaking news.
Is this the singer or is this like a wife or what? Bad Bunny
it's literally it's the Bad Bunny from the Super Bowl, so performing tomorrow night. Super Bowl, him.
Okay.
So he had a match with Damian Priest 4 years ago. That was his last match he had. So apparently now he's gonna have another run soon in WWE.
Okie dokie. I don't see. The thing is with Dave Meltzer, you have to take what he says with a grain of salt. Because
I know.
He will give AEW guys 5 stars when they're not. No, I'm sorry. If people out there like AEW, I'm sorry if this offends you, but I have to stand in my truth and I have to speak my truth. Nobody, and I'm telling you, not one performer or wrestler on the AEW roster could literally hold a candle to Kurt Hennig or Bret Hart at SummerSlam 91. And Kurt had hurt his back, and he still gave 200% for Bret Hart and for that SummerSlam customer base or base. I mean, nobody. Name one person on that roster that could stand or hold a candle to Kurt Hennig or Bret Hart. Name one. I can't think of any.
So let's see. And Tony Khan beat his world champion with a tattooed Brody King jabroni. Let's see. He beat his world champion in 2 minutes. I'm like, so if Brody King doesn't become champion, what's the point of beating your world champion in 2 minutes in a squash match? I don't know. Like maybe you guys in the chat, if you're still around, can explain that logic to me. But
Unless they want Brody King to be the next champion, because like I said, Osprey is out, Kenny
yeah,
Omega is out, a lot of other guys are hurt.
Hangman.
Isn't Darby Allin hurt? Paige is hurt.
Yeah, he's working with somebody else. Paige was such a failure as champion that Tony Khan stuck him in a trios division. So he's a trios champion with two other jabronis
You
right
might as well
now.
just
So,
give it back to John Moxley.
yeah, it just so
Maybe that's what they'll do after Brody King has it. They'll give it back to John Moxley. Everybody hated John Moxley. Even in South Korea, they hated him. He had like everything, everything that was wrong with AEW. He had literally that award. Baddest gimmick, worst gimmick. They hated his heel turn. They hated his babyface turn. They hated his championship reign. South Korea hated everything that was John Moxley.
So let's see. Kenny Omega is feuding with Andrade right now, so that's what Kenny Omega is doing. So he had a match with Andrade on Dynamite on Wednesday.
Yeah, because Andrade was allowed to come back now.
Yeah, because he finally got out of his deal with TKO because WWE TKO. Because initially they claimed they had a year non-compete because he violated the terms of his contract, but eventually. It's like, really? Why are you paying him for a year, basically, to sit at home? It'd be cheaper just to let him go. Let him go. Let Tony Khan, the money mark, pay him if you don't want him. Like, and he did. He immediately re-signed him the first chance he got. And like, of course he did. And then Andrade's going to be there a couple of years. He's not going to be happy. He's going to come back to WWE, do nothing WWE. He's going to bounce back and forth probably for the rest of his career. Going to promotion. Let's see. What else is going on in AEW? Tony Storm is basically in a stable with Orange Cassidy now. They're kind of, I don't know what they're doing, but they're dancing now. They're a dancing kind of mixed tag team. Let's see. Tommaso Ciampa debuted in AEW and won the TNT title, which I think we briefly may have discussed a couple weeks ago, last week. But
yay! Bring out the celebration.
He defeated Mark Briscoe, who reminds me of a meth head. Unfortunately, he has no teeth, and he kind of looks like a meth head. So
since Jay passed away in that car wreck, Mark Briscoe has never caught a break. They literally have taken him and just I don't know. Literally, they've taken him and just kind of taken him out and stuck him in a horse glue factory or kind of. Bang in the head, it's
Mark Briscoe was the TNT champion, the mid card title, and so he dropped it to Tommaso Ciampa at an episode of Collision randomly. Right. So Tommaso Ciampa did an interview, like basically kissing up and sucking up to Tony Khan, talking about why he chose AEW over WWE, and like I'm surprised WWE offered him a contract. To be honest, they were doing nothing with him. Him and his buddy, Johnny Gargano, the tiny guy, didn't do nothing with them for years. Gargano would fit perfectly in AEW. It's like, I hope he goes to AEW.
Hey, watch how you use that word perfect.
he would fit AEW. So him, Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, I really want like WWE to get rid of all of these nondescript tiny guys that hanging around there because a lot of these guys come from when Triple H was running NXT 10 years ago. Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa,
Carmelo
what's
Hayes?
his face? Carmelo Hayes is more recent, but yeah, he would kind of fit in that mold. What's his face? Adam Cole, who is in AEW now. He can't stay healthy, but Adam Cole was in NXT 10 years ago. All of these guys,
bottom of the barrel guys you never really want to hear from again.
So it's basically it was basically just Ring of Honor with a budget. Essentially, that's what Triple H's NXT was 10 years ago.
Wow. I mean, I'd like to say that. I mean, this whole thing with Chad Gable and Americano. I'm sorry. No.
Americano.
Yeah. You're not a Mexican wrestler. You're from Minnesota. Act like it. But, I mean, it got over so well, but not with Chad Gable in AAA.
Yeah, I'm surprised
that is so crazy. funny.
I thought for sure that they would just drop that with Gable and let Ludwig Kaiser keep the gimmick. Instead, they're kind of
They brought
bringing
them all
Chad
both back to the Royal
yeah,
Rumble. I'm
as
like,
Grande
wait, what?
Americano. Like, what? They're calling Chad Gable the original Grande Americano. So basically, kind of acknowledging there's two of them. Because I thought they would just quietly drop
The
Gable from
man
that and let him
formerly
do.
known as Americano.
Yeah, I thought they would quietly drop Gable from the Grande Americano thing and let him do I don't know what. Because
Yeah, I
before
mean, just
Grande
be Chad
Americano,
Gable. What's wrong
yeah,
with Chad Gable? I guess he
if he
wasn't doing anything, but he's from Minnesota. He has an amateur wrestling background. Do something with him. It's like all the people who are just performers, they push them to the moon, and then they look like crap, and they are crap, and nobody likes them. But the people who literally know how to wrestle, or second generation, they know how to wrestle. I won't say anything because Ava is fourth generation and she don't know crap.
yeah.
So, I mean, she fell off the, turnip tray. Apparently, and wrestling is not in her blood. So she should just stick to something that's not wrestling.
That's why I'm still shocked that she left. I thought she would try to hang on for life because her daddy was is in the board and it's like
Right.
they
She
can't
got that
fire
job
me.
because of
So,
daddy. Right.
yeah, so no, but to her credit, I don't know, she left, so I guess she wants to do something else with her life now. But
Yeah, just
I mean,
stay
I'm not.
far away from
Yeah,
wrestling because, sorry, Ava, you could have been fourth generation, but you aren't.
I don't. They tried. They tried. They tried to train this girl for 2 or 3 years. She kept getting hurt in training. Kept getting hurt. Finally, they trained her enough where they can put her. They put her in a stable. She had one or two matches. It was so awful that they made her the GM of NXT, and she was the GM the last 2 or 3 years. So
Right.
until her contract came up, and they were trying to pay her more money. Like they wanted to keep her for some reason. I'm like, just let her go. Let her contract expire and just let her like walk away. They're lucky that she decided
Let
not
her
to
be
take
a
contract.
mom and have her own life and I don't know, have babies. I don't know what she's good at other than not wrestling.
I don't know. I don't know what she's good at. I mean, I don't know what's next for her in her life.
I mean,
So
she can do
hopefully
movies. Her dad was big in movies. Maybe she can do movies.
she may possibly, I don't know, but she has less than zero charisma in wrestling. So
Yeah.
if wrestling shows, if her performances on NXT showed me anything, it's like her charisma is like less than zero. Like she did not inherit that charisma from daddy because her dad had charisma, has loads of charisma. Whether we like him or not personally doesn't matter. He has a shit ton of charisma. So
yeah, there's no doubt. I will say this: The Rock definitely has charisma. Some of what he said I didn't understand at the time. Of course, I was 11, 12, 13, and 14. And a lot of his catchphrases I didn't understand. Well, some of them I did, and then some of them I didn't. I accidentally said, "Do you want some poo-tang pie?" And my dad looks at me like, "What?" And I'm like, "What? I don't know what it means." So I had to ask my dad what that meant. I didn't even know what it meant.
Let's see. Ricochet is wrestling Jungle Jack off for the AEW national title, whatever that. I don't even know what belt that is. Ricochet is apparently a champion.
Ricochet has literally come up through the ranks and really just in AEW. I mean, that's basically his career.
He thought he was going to be a big time main eventer in AEW, and just it hasn't worked out. Even Tony hasn't really put him. He hasn't smelt an AEW world title shot. Not even close. He has less than zero charisma. Again, he's your standard modern wrestler. He can work his ass off. He can do all the moves. Once you put a mic in his face, it's brutal. I have more charisma than he does.
Those mic skills, huh?
I have more charisma than he does.
On the mic, not even we're just podcasters.
Yeah, as a podcaster, you have to have some charisma to keep people interested for 2 hours, or else then it's like they're gonna just go away, no matter how much they agree with you.
Charisma. Okay.
So no matter how much somebody agree with you, if you're boring on the mic podcaster, they're going to go away after 10 or 15 minutes and never come back again. So no matter how much they agree with you politically, if they agree with your wrestling views, or you agree with whatever your podcast is about, If you're not interesting or if you
If
can't
you just sit
maintain,
here
yeah,
and talk like a robot and say absolutely nothing, that's why I'm like, loud, and
yeah,
I'm not
like you
usually
have,
loud. It depends on where I am, but usually
yeah,
I'm loud on the mic because that's how I have my charisma, I guess. But I mean, I'm moving around, my hands are moving and stuff. So, I mean, if I was any other way, just talking like this, and yeah, okay, I agree with you, Angel, you guys would stop watching.
yeah,
So there is a charisma to Mrs. Witchy as much as there is to Angel.
yeah. You have to be able to keep an audience engaged or interested in what you're saying, even if you guys agree 100% with our wrestling views, which I'm sure you don't. I'm sure. I mean, we've had people in the chat throughout the weeks and months we've been doing this show, especially when it comes down to the modern versus old school debate. It's
Mm-hmm.
like modern wrestling is so much better. They do so many different moves and they flip and they move around, and it's like, but do you check the ratings for AW and you check their audience? I mean, they're booking smaller and smaller buildings for a reason. So it's like, yeah, I mean, there's an audience for AEW, 400,000,
The wrong
500,000, maybe
kind.
600,000 if they're lucky for a week, and then they go right back down to
Right
400,000,
back down.
500,000.
Because
So
if it was any higher, or it was anywhere near it used to be, a million or even 800,000, I'm sure Tony Khan would be the first to tell Brandon Thurston, here's my ratings again. But they're so in the toilet. You cannot convince me that they're not in the toilet with that crap. I mean, it's obvious to everyone except for Tony Khan that the jig is up. Just give up. Just give up the ghost. You tried and you failed. You were like WCW. You were, up there, even though you were nowhere close to WWE, not in your lifetime. There was a time where WCW was actually beating the crap out of WWF. Yes, that happened in the 90s. I know Tony Khan probably was a baby.
yeah,
No, Tony Khan's like 40, isn't he?
yeah, he's a little older than we are, a couple
All
years
right, so
older or
he probably
something.
was a
So,
teenager and thought,
yeah.
wow, I could do that one day. Yeah, well, you can't.
Let's see. In AAA, we have Santos Escobar's return to AAA, so that's why he's disappeared from WWE TV. Dominic Mysterio is back. He's going to defend the title against El Hijo de Vikingo again. Vikingo turned heel, by the way, from the last time. From the last
I was
time we
gonna say,
discussed
wasn't he like
AAA.
a big baby face or something?
Yeah, they turned him heel, and Omos is his bodyguard basically now. So, um, La Parca is still working down there. He's
I mean, that guy was. I just said this on my show that I just
uh
recorded today. That La
huh,
Parca was. I mean, he was popular when we were kids. 11,
yeah,
12, and 13. I
yeah.
remember him in the Powers to Be in '99 when Kurt went in.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what else is going on here. El Hijo de Vikingo is working with Grande Americano, Ludwig Kaiser's version. Mr.
Yeah, because
Iguana
he's
still,
popular there. Ludwig
yeah,
Kaiser wasn't good as Ludwig Kaiser, especially when he broke off from Gunther. So
Gunther,
they said,
yeah,
go to Mexico and pretend to be a Mexican, and
and
it
it worked. I
worked.
mean, he's
It
over down there.
freaking worked.
He's like a baby face down there. So, uh, let's see what else. So right now, that's all really that's going on down there. What's important? So let's. So you have
The other breaking news I wanted to kind of briefly say is
oh yeah, go
everybody
ahead.
is up in arms about excuse me, Real American Beer took Hogan off. Why is
Right, yes,
everyone
they
up in
did.
arms about that?
Well,
Hogan is dead. You're not going to bring
yeah,
him
at this
back.
point, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that they just made that call to take the Hulk Hogan branding off the beer. It's still called Real American Beer, but
Mhm.
they took all his branding off. Or they're going to eventually, so that's the plan. So, I don't know why people care now. I mean, when Hogan was alive, everybody hated it.
Everybody
Hated
hated it.
Real
But now all of
American
a
beer.
sudden, oh my gosh, you can't take Hogan off. Why? He's dead. He is not going to come back. They I don't know if anyone noticed this or if Robert Vaughn just didn't have. I mean, Robert Vaughn is not as big as Hulk Hogan. Let's put it that way. Okay, I get that part. Robert Vaughn, if for those who don't know, played in A Man from U.N.C.L.E. We probably have a lot of young people in our audience, so they don't know who's Robert Vaughn. Robert Vaughn played in The Magnificent Seven with Steve McQueen and my favorite actor, Yul Brynner. He also played in A Man from U.N.C.L.E. If anyone has ever seen that, again, we probably have a lot of young people in our audience and they don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But he used to do a commercial for some kind of law guys. AJ Schwartz? No, some kind of law firm. He would do commercials for a law firm. Okay. And after Robert Vaughn passed, they literally stopped using him. Why? Because he had passed. But no one really cared because Robert Vaughn, he kind of like in the 90s and the early 2000s kind of wasn't relevant anymore. Right. Because he wasn't, he was in The Nanny. He played the father of the guy that in the main character, he played the dad. And then you didn't really see Robert Vaughn after that because except for in those commercials. So I'm not saying that Robert Vaughn is equal to Hulk Hogan. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Hulk Hogan he's passed away. Okay. He's not coming back. I don't fault Real American Beer for taking him off. Again, you're going to keep using it. Is that a thing that you keep using dead people on your advertisements?
Yeah, that makes no sense. So another thing AAA is doing, they're bringing back their old Rey de Reyes tournament or King of Kings tournament, which whoever wins gets a sword, and I think make it a title shot, a AAA title shot. So,
isn't that why they took the? Let's try that again. Isn't that why they took the belt off of Dominic, the Intercontinental belt off of Dominic? Because he was also the AAA champion, right? Heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he's both. He still has Continental. He's walking around with both belts for some reason. Even though he was hurt.
Oh, I thought they took it off of him. Okay.
They did, but who won it? Somebody won it. Either
Cena.
Cena.
And then
Cena,
he got it back, but I thought someone else
beat him
took
back.
It.
No, he's still the champion.
Okay. Well, by the way, that has both belts. Okay, so
he still has both belts for some reason.
And now I guess he's considered a babyface if Del Kingo or Ringo or whatever.
In Mexico. In Mexico, all of a sudden, he's a babyface down there. He's over down there as a babyface, even though he's usually heel here in the U.S. So,
but he acts like a heel here and then a babyface down there. I think we should just turn Dominic babyface. Wouldn't that be awesome?
So basically, whoever wins the King of Kings tournament or the Rey de Reyes tournament, it gets a title shot for the AAA Mega Championship. So their world title. That's what I'm reading here.
Please not Mr. Iguana.
I don't know who's in the tournament yet. I mean, they really announced that. They haven't announced who's in the tournament yet.
I can't believe that dude's a real character. I mean, really?
So basically, the booking team down there is Undertaker, Jeremy Borash, and Conan. Like they're booking the show together now.
That was a good one, Conan. Not.
So
I mean, I love Conan because I loved him in the NWO. I thought he brought a lot of charisma to the NWO, especially when it was NWO Red and Black. But no, Mr. Iguana. Okay, just
so
that went off.
I'm surprised that Undertaker is taking an active role in Mexican wrestling all of a sudden. I'm not sure what's experience in Mexican wrestling is, but okay, whatever, dude. I think ultimately he wants to be on the creative team on Raw and SmackDown. So he's trying to.
I heard something through the grapevine of he doesn't agree with Mick Foley. Is that what I saw on X? That something about he doesn't agree with Mick Foley's abolish ICE or something. Well, of course, the Undertaker is a conservative, so of course he's going to kiss the butt of this administration. But I mean, Undertaker is that blind that he doesn't want to see that Donald Trump's a pedophile.
He endorsed Donald Trump, so did Kane. So they both did during the campaign in a couple of years. Not last. I mean,
that makes me question: is the Undertaker a pedophile?
Oops.
I mean, he endorsed him. So did Kane. So Glenn Jacobs. So maybe they're both pedophiles. Who knows? I'm sorry, but if you run around with pedophiles, you are one in my book. And that goes for Triple H. That goes for Linda McMahon. That goes for Stephanie McMahon and Vince.
Yeah. So.
More breaking news. Sorry. Apparently, I don't know if you saw that on X. I actually, I think I linked you, or I quoted you. Not quoted, but I tagged you in that one tweet where they said now they're trying to get these trumped up charges against Janelle Grant as an opportunist. I was like, wow. See what happens when your best friend who is a pedophile and you're a SA trafficker, like you traffic Janelle Grant. See what happens, you know? I mean, you get to somehow put it back on her and get what? Are they going to charge her with extortion or something? I mean, technically, he agreed to pay her and then he didn't pay her, but that's not extortion.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I
They're
don't
trying
know
to do something shady here. There's something shady going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's what's been going on in AAA, AEW, WWE. I haven't really been keeping up much with TNA since their move to.
Oh man, I heard on Jim Cornette's show that they had a real stinker. Their first episode on AMC was a real stinker.
Oh yeah, it was awful.
It stunk. It didn't make any sense. It was boring.
I was not impressed with that. I did watch that first show. I was not impressed with it at all. I thought they would put more effort into it, but
why would they when they have someone like what's her nuts? I can't think of her name now. Crap. Yeah, who's the woman that was in charge of that? I can't think of her name. Nixie Carter, yes. Even she came out and they were booing her.
Yeah,
she's like, "Hi, everybody." I'm like, "What is wrong with you?"
So the roster is just full of jabronis and guys who desperately trying to hang on, like the Hardys and let's see, the Hardys are still around here.
I didn't like them when they were prime time.
Cedric Alexander still hanging around trying to work. Jeff Hardy, as I said that already. They're just mostly jabronis and people I don't really want to see.
Yeah.
That's really what his roster is full of.
I don't know what to say to that because, I mean, obviously, there's just nothing. Like I said, they were talking about it, and Jim Cornette he seemed really disappointed. Like he expected TNA, once they went back to AMC, to just blow the roof off, but that didn't happen. They just literally pooped on the floor and called it TNA. That's what it was. Awful. It was awful.
Yeah,
little brother.
And it's not much
his muscle
better.
Shirt. Look at this muscle shirt.
Yeah, and it's. So, yeah, I don't know really what's going on in TNA. I haven't really been checking it out.
This is what we call pro wrestling talk, where we show a little arm.
Yeah, so start going over to the YouTube.
And hey, if we get 50 likes, guess what? Mrs. Witchy goes topless. I do that all the shows.
Oh, really? I thought it was for Angel in the Afternoon.
Well, it's not. No, not anymore. Now it's for Pro Wrestling Talk and Angel in the Afternoon. If we get 50 likes, Mrs. Witchy goes topless.
Hold on. So make sure you go to my Twitch or Rumble or YouTube or whatever, just
or whatever.
Yeah, we have so many different platforms. So, oops. So yeah, just make sure you do that.
Little brother, don't you have two cats? Or had two cats?
I had two cats.
Now you have one.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And where is the other kid?
She's laying in the living room.
And mine can't keep leaving me alone. They just follow me everywhere
there
I
you
go.
go.
I'm like, oh, me.
So, yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're here every Saturday, 8 o'clock, unless it's for a pay-per-view, and then we'll be doing it Sunday. The next pay-per-view, I believe, is Elimination Chamber, which is in March, I want to say.
Not February.
Elimination. Here it is. Yeah, hold on. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Top is off, little brother.
Oh, okay. So it's February 28th,
28th. Okay, that's a
which is
Sunday.
that
No,
would be a
that's a
Saturday.
Saturday.
That'd be a Saturday, yeah,
Yeah.
because they usually it's taking place at the upcoming blah blah blah. It's gonna be in Chicago, so I
Well,
do
next
know that.
Sunday I got the Daytona 500 to watch. So.
Oh, shut up. No,
Well,
it's all good.
we'll be on Saturday, so I don't think because the 28th is the end of the month, so it'll be at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois, where CM Punk's gonna play a huge role in the show. So one way or another.
And then he's
So
gonna
that
and then he's gonna leave the arena after he wins, like he did in 2011.
I don't.
You talking
I
about
don't
the
know
pipe
about that.
bomb?
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
it'll be after that.
It's
Oh, okay.
the Money in the Bank event from 2011.
Yeah.
Oh.
That I actually ordered. That's one of the few pay-per-views that I ordered because I was so hyped for that match, and they got me. They got me for like 60. What was it, $50 at the time for Money in the Bank? They like it's before the network, so they got me for money. So the match was good. I'm not saying the match was bad, but they got me. None a
Let's see,
few
the
times.
only pay-per-views I ever saw was St. Valentine's Day Massacre. My dad bought that one because I don't think I had school the next day, so I really wanted to. It was a Sunday, and then I didn't have school on Monday, I guess. So I begged my father, please order St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and we watched it at my dad's house.
Oh,
And God, it was so good. And then the other one was I had to beg my dad for Fully Loaded when it was McMahon had to leave because Austin hit Undertaker in the face with a camera. He's like, bam!
Oh, real quick before we go there, they begun qualifying matches for the chamber matches. So Randy Orton,
Randy Orton,
and Tiffany Stratton qualified for the women on SmackDown. Yeah. So
speaking of SmackDown and Raw, I know it's not going to happen immediately, but would it be a face turn for Raquel Rodriguez or Liv Morgan?
I
would guess so.
I think we were saying Raquel. I think is going to turn baby.
She's going to flip babyface because Liv was the one that screwed her.
I mean, I actually like her. She's only won one time. Like, why?
That's because apparently they wanted her to get a win back for she did beat Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea got her win back. So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens between those two because again, I didn't get to see the Raw segment yet, so don't tell me. No spoiler alerts, but I know she says, "Well, why aren't you happy for me?" That kind of thing.
Yeah. So start moving over to the other platforms. I'm gonna wrap up on YouTube. So like and subscribe. Let's see. Make sure you check out Angel in the Afternoon this Friday at 7. I guess we have more guests booked, so check that out.
I'm gonna try.
If not, we can. The three of us do a show, fine. But if not, next Saturday.
I won't get a hold of Bill. I think Bill might be able to do it. He just couldn't do last week.
Yeah, that's fine. So Angel in the Afternoon is Friday night. We'll be back here with you next Saturday to talk more pro wrestling. We'll probably talk about Elimination Chamber, who's qualified, because eventually I suspect Cody's going to be number one contender for the title. Jacob somehow is going to get involved in that. It could make a triple threat. They already set up Roman Reigns and CM Punk, which is a match I want to see at Mania. A match I really want to see personally. And you'll talk about more about that as well.
Okay, here we go. Breaking news before we go. Breaking news before we know. Ric Flair makes it clear that he will never wrestle again, despite comments made during virtual signing.
Good.
Okay. Because I did see that where he was considering getting back in the ring at 76, but yeah, apparently he's saying no, I'm not. Okay, good. So on that note, I'm gonna see you guys next Saturday for the next episode for Wrestling Talk. Or I'm sure a lot of you are going to watch Angel in the Afternoon on next Friday at 7. So check that out as well. So until next time, Have a nice weekend. Make sure you check out Super Bowl tomorrow. Stay safe. Don't drink too much. Don't drink and drive. All that good stuff. So
And go Seahawks.
enjoy the Super Bowl responsibly. That's all I'm gonna say. Peace out. All right, let me get off YouTube real quick.
More breaking news. Sorry. Liv Morgan says she doesn't